They're playing
Yeah. All right. So
basketball.
John, here's how I think we should start. Like Mike. Um, so John and I actually, I don't know if people know this, but if you've stuck around with the pod this long, then you definitely should care about this fact. John and I actually met playing basketball, the great sport of basketball, and
Yeah.
we would hoop at the park, at like the local middle school park or grade school park. And that's how we got to how we became friends, a bunch of just kids playing basketball. Uh, I remember John had a, very specific game, the way John would play, you didn't do a whole lot of dribbling. You didn't do a lot of
Can't.
a whole one-on-one. It was a very unselfish play. Trying to think of a good comparison, like a little like a little Chet Holmgren stuff going on, like
Oh, interesting.
just efficient, you know what I mean? Like John had a great jumper, it always hit a very consistent jumper, a lot of mid-range, I think, not a
Hmm.
lot of threes.
No,
Um,
not a deep ball threat. No.
yeah. A lot of mid-range and rebounding and getting the ball and either shooting it or passing it to someone else, then moving again without the ball. But it worked. It made John a very good teammate. Uh, and then we had this friend named Zach who was like kind of the leader of the basketball guys we played with, and he always wanted to play with John. And together they would dominate the courts and make certain guys not feel good about themselves.
That's why I feel
And
like Zach and I did play well together because he was really good with the ball. And
yeah,
I either have to shoot or pass. I'm much better off
yeah.
the ball. Yeah. But that's what even I played pickup, a few months ago, and I feel like I did pretty good off ball. Anytime I had to dribble or, you know, do anything out of my comfort zone, I was terrible. But if I didn't have the ball in my hands, I feel like I was always in the right spots, getting into passing lanes and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
that
lot
was a
of
good
pressure
description.
on ball, especially in like a 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Uh, I played a pickup game like for the first time like 2 years ago. It was like a year and a half ago at these local courts, and um, I forgot how. And I'll say everyone sucked at this pickup game. Everybody. Nevertheless, I forgot how intense pickup basketball is, like especially a full court game, and
Yeah.
it brought me a lot of anxiety. And it
Yeah.
reminded me of how serious people used to take basketball and stuff like that, and I was so tired afterward, so tired. Um,
Yeah, I
but
can't handle it anymore. Yeah.
but anyways, that being said, ball was life for us
Yes.
in high school, and you know Um, definitely um like I don't know, just like before I don't know, going over like our experiences, I guess, with the film Like Mike. When I was watching the first opening scene of Like Mike, I just couldn't help but picture, say, like me, you, and like our friends in high school, and like picturing us like hooping and like trying to look cool, and like with that, like like that the opening song of Like Mike, it kind of goes like it's like shoot it up, shoot it up. Like I just couldn't help but like, man, I wish we had like a montage of like, Zach and Squanto and Sean Navarro, like
Sajil and yeah.
yeah, and like Sean Navarro's like front yard or something, like pooping, and like with that song, that's totally what it was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like that joy of like a bunch of kids trying to like play like what they watched on TV, and taking it so seriously and shit. And even though trying to look cool, even though you're clearly not, you know what I mean? Like get out of here, Brenda Song. You're no I don't know, whatever she's trying to do. It's so funny how Brenda Song is like, the first scene is like Bow Wow passing to Brenda Song. He's like, pass right, and Brenda Song's just like doing a basketball move right away. Oh man. But anyways, yeah. So John and I are basketball aficionados. And
Hmm.
also, like, I don't know, for me, like Mike was one of, I think, the first movies as a kid I was personally into. Um, and I don't know, as a kid, I was very into like Star Wars, superhero movies, stuff like that. And I almost feel like Mike is like, in a way, a superhero movie for kids.
Yeah.
Um, and also, I don't know about you, but I watched Like Mike before I ever really got into watching basketball, um, at all.
I feel
I
like
don't know
this
about you.
like coincided with I know the Kobe and Shaq Lakers teams that like won the three-peat. That was when I really got into the NBA. So it's like at the same time I feel
Same
like
time, yeah.
I got really into the NBA, and like Mike was like the perfect movie
Yeah,
to help me with
I
that.
think this movie like influenced me of like, okay, the NBA is very important. Like it's
Yeah.
the NBA is a big deal. You should get into the NBA. Yeah, like I think it taught me who a lot of these players were. I remember buying my first 2K right after being into Like Mike, and I would play with the players I knew from Like Mike.
Hmm.
And also, this is no accident that Vince Carter became my favorite basketball player for years because of Like Mike. Like I had no idea who else to like. I just thought that Vince Carter looked so cool in Like Mike, and then I just remember then I got into Vince Carter immediately. And for no reason whatsoever, other than he was in Like Mike, and then he happened to be a very entertaining basketball player that
Yeah.
I got into. Um, but yeah, he was my first favorite basketball player, and before Derrick Rose. Like Derrick Rose was more of a player that I started from the ground up and decided who's going to be my favorite player. Vince Carter was very inorganically like my favorite player just because he was in Like Mike, and I was so into Like Mike.
Yeah, I remember your gamer tag was Lucas Sanity, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
There you go, John. Shows John knows
Oh
me, the
yeah.
real me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And wait,
Vince.
did he go to North Carolina too?
He did. He went to North
Yeah.
Carolina.
And I know that was your team back in the
That was my
day.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tar Heels. It's like, yeah. So, well, where was I? Else was I going? I think like I knew who Michael Jordan was and shit, but like I had only watched like one Wizards game or
Yeah.
something, where it was like a big deal that Michael Jordan was on the Wizards playing, and my mom turned it on and was like, "That's Michael Jordan, he's back playing." And I was like, "Oh man, it's Michael Jordan," like stuff like that. Like I don't know, you kind of we grew up in the era of like I don't think we were old enough to witness Michael Jordan, so
Yeah.
like it was that he was before our time. We weren't really his prime was when we weren't really fully aware yet, when we were John and I are both 94.
93.
All
93.
right,
I'm
you old.
way older, man. Way older.
Oh. Well, then, I mean,
But I don't
tech,
remember like I don't remember like anything really of like watching the Bulls in the 90s, but I just know all of my stuff when I was like as young as I can remember is like all Bulls stuff.
right. Well,
Because
and
uh,
John, you saw my room when I was in high
yeah,
school,
right.
right? It's like to paint a picture, I mean, for people, my room was basically a shrine to
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, to the 90s Bulls, man.
Yeah.
I not even for any particular reason. I just think like, like I don't know. I don't know. Like my uncle had all this Bulls stuff. Um and when he just gave it to me, and I thought it was really cool. I did not have any personal connection to it. I have more of a personal connection to Like Mike than I do to the 90s Bulls, you
Yeah.
know? Um, But I guess like I feel like we grew like when we started it, maybe when you and I would have started to get into basketball when this movie came out is also like when it's big Jordan nostalgia days and
Yeah.
everyone is like who's the next Michael Jordan and stuff like that. And everyone's like who's Michael Jordan now? And so yeah,
It was right before LeBron came into the
right
league too,
before
so
LeBron. Yeah, yeah.
the Bulls were terrible too. And there's even that scene where he's like, "How could we lose to the
Yeah.
Bulls in
Right. The
this?"
Bulls so quickly became just like, a joke.
Yeah, there. Right after the final three-peat. Yeah. So yeah, this was like yeah, definitely a formative movie
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Made me interested in like basketball a lot.
Yeah.
And I think every kid also grows up wanting to be in the NBA, for sure. And I think I held on to that dream till I was maybe like 17 or 18 years old, honestly.
That's so funny. Yeah, I definitely held on to it too long too. They're like, maybe
Like
it'll
I
happen.
genu
Who
like I
knows?
gen
Yeah.
like
I-
I genuinely still thought I had a chance. And like I remember being like thinking, I don't know, being at health track one time with my brother, and I think for like health track, I was a good basketball player. And so, but I remember talking to my brother, and I was looking at colleges at the time, as you do at like 16, 17. And I was looking at I had just looked at ISU and NIU, two of probably like the worst schools in Illinois. And, um, I really wanted, but I didn't know any better. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go to, I was like, dude, I'll probably go to NIU because I know I can get in for sure. And I thought, and then I'll go to NIU, and my plan was to walk on the team at NIU. And my brother and I were both like set on, yeah, yeah, you could probably walk on the team at NIU. And then, and then when I
That's
got to
funny.
college,
Yeah.
I didn't even like when I got to college, I didn't even like playing in the rec center because I remember the rec center was so competitive. Like DePaul had so many guys who had played basketball on the school team. Therefore, they were like bringing that energy and competitive energy to the games at DePaul, at the rec center, were intense. And
I
I
bet.
quickly decided I don't want to be a part of that. Like I would do the games and they would stress me out. There would always be some dude who's like really athletic and just really good who's like making you like getting mad at you for like I don't know, not playing defense or something like that. So I
Yeah.
was just like, no, I'm not doing that. Um yeah,
Yeah. The our like basketball group in high school was much more my speed than
right, right,
uh
right, right.
people who take
Yeah.
it like really seriously and are like, yeah, um hyper like competitive athletes and stuff. Yeah. I just wanted to like I'm not really a competitive person either, so I was just like wanting to play basketball with my friends and um
True. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and that's it. Yeah. Um yeah.
I think like I had the ability to play like with genuine athletes at times, but I had a limit where if it became like full court, serious, everyone's a good athlete, it like really even just I don't know, for some reason full court never was my thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's something about even like because like Y ball was full court and like Y ball just suddenly like I couldn't play. I didn't know how to play full court, you know,
It's different. Yeah.
which would probably
It,
hurt, when you're trying to walk on a college team.
yeah. Yeah, coach, do you think we could just do half court this game? Like, do we have to do the full?
Right, right. Well, because I remember I did there was like the Glenbard South basketball camp.
Hmm.
Uh because I was like my plan was there's like me and this guy at Glenbard South, this guy Schwabe. Do you remember the guy
Oh,
Schwabe?
yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
for the freshman basketball team, they like singled out four of us that were going to be like the last guys on the team,
They,
but they
they
did.
singled out and like you guys just made it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did that to tell us that we might not get a ton of playing time, but it's just like, why couldn't
right.
you just tell us we made the team and just leave that part out?
Yeah, be and just
But
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Schweb just quit then. He was like, I'm not gonna, and that was genius of him because I went to practice every goddamn day and
Right.
I played like 30 seconds to 2 minutes tops in
In a
games.
game.
So, but yeah, I remember Schweb he just left. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm not coming here to just not play. So yeah,
Well, so like
but
me and
anyway,
Schweb and I were on the same bus, and so we would talk on the bus. Of course, what do you think about like ball is life, man?
yeah.
And so we both like kind of conspired together a little bit to be like our goal is to make the basketball team because there was something about like I don't know like you would always I would always have this drive and like many people had it where like who were good who were on the border of like they probably could make the team if they they had you could have a chance and so like I wanted to prove that I could make the team and so like I went to the camp over the summer. There was that camp that they would do.
Hmm.
You probably did it at one point.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I did the camp, and all the camp is like drills and
Yeah.
like organized basketball things, which I have no practice in doing at all. So it's like
Hmm.
all I know how to do is shoot around and like play 3-on-3, 1-on-1, 2-on-2. That's like what I do. I do it every day. And 32, 21, like I know how to do that. That's
Hmm.
what I do. But then suddenly we're doing drills. We're doing like a weave. We're doing like layup lines, layup drills, and all this passing and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm lost. I'm not good at it. And there was a point where we're gonna actually do like a 2-on-2 tournament, and he like lines us all up and like he starts ordering us he like as like basically as a quality of players and he puts me all the way at the end like basically at like he thinks I'm the worst player there essentially and then he has all these guys who are like his captains or who he likes picking who like picking the players and so I got picked eventually by this guy did you ever know who like Sean Rickett was?
The
He had
name
like
sounds
he
familiar, but I don't.
actually not to be like racist, but he kind of looks like Bow Wow in the movie because he has cornrows and he's short and stuff. But he ended
I
up
don't know.
being the guy on the like after our time. Like he was
Hmm.
like the guy on the best player on the team or was known as the best player on the team. So he ended up picking me and we were in this 2-on-2 tournament. And suddenly we're playing 2-on-2 and I'm like, "Oh, this is what I do every day." And so I'm doing step back left-handed shots every time because that's what I know how to do. And I'm hitting all of them. And I
Dang.
remember we beat like both the like I remember beating like the Gasparos and stuff like that and it was like my only moment to like show what I could do during that because it was all I knew how to do. All I could do was I could score on you probably 1-on-1 because it's all I know how to do. But like if there's other people involved and we gotta like cut around and we're setting picks and like there's gonna be a second guy who's gonna defend me after I get past the first guy, I'm not gonna know what to do. But that was like this cool moment for me where that was like I was like I was like, yes. And like that Sean Rickett guy was like, hell yeah, like and hyping me up and shit. But also that whole camp turned me off. I think I burned myself out on basketball that year and was like, I'm not gonna go for the team. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Um, and then we ended up doing Y ball and we ended up picking a team. Uh,
Yeah. The Y ball was yeah, also like much more interesting to me because it's just like play with your friends and
sure. And it was
nothing
like
really matters.
everyone did it. Like it wasn't just even
Yeah.
people who were into basketball. It was just randomly everyone was like, "Of course I'm signing up for Y ball." Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
I would people would be like, "I would never miss out on it." Like, you know.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason it was like a big deal. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I did like I did basketball stuff like all growing up and like always was in like a league and but I just feel like I don't have like the desire inside of me to get better and get really good at it. But so I I don't know.
right.
That's where I was like yeah, just especially with practice, I was like this is just like uh terrible. Like every day after school just like going here and just running around and like this is I don't I don't know if I like anything enough to, do this every day and
Right, right, right.
just be
Yeah,
exhausted.
yeah. I
Uh,
also think there, like you said, you're not a competitive person, and I think I do have that in me too. But I also have a competitive side, but I think it's rooted in unhealthy things. And then whenever I was in real competition, I remember just feeling suddenly so like stressed and unhappy. Like
yeah.
whenever like something is framed as like really competitive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, the nice sweet spot was I guess it did get competitive at times, but I feel like I wasn't directly
But it's
involved
like
in
in
the
your
drama with
comfort
our
zone at
friends.
least.
Yeah,
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 yeah. That
yeah.
that was yeah, there was like drama for sure.
If there was like beef between guys
Yeah,
in
dude.
our
It's
like little
so
friend group. Yeah.
yeah.
All it was all around basketball too. It wasn't like, oh, he's talking to this girl that I wanted to talk to. It's like, no, he's trashed your
No,
basketball
no one was talking to a
playing.
girl in
Yeah.
general.
So anyway, I like Mike. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, so
I guess speaking of our favorite players, my favorite player in these days was Tim Duncan.
mm,
Um, and he is not in they even played the Spurs, like that's his big like first game.
yeah, yeah.
But for some reason Tim Duncan's not in it, just David
They
Robinson.
just David Rob don't have the budget.
Yeah, they couldn't afford Duncan at the time. Um, but yeah, I wonder who do you think pulled off the best acting performance out of all the NBA
The NBA
players?
players.
Yeah.
Um
I felt like Gary Payton had
right, right, right.
the weirdest role where he's like
Kind of like
molesting him kind of.
kind of like
Yeah.
shoves him down. Well,
Yeah.
there's multiple players that kind of just like they kind of like there's one point where like he just gets like hit in the face by like that Jode guy, the white like big white player
Showed. Yeah.
on the Knights. Like
Yeah.
he's like shouting Admiral, and then he just kind of like smacks him away.
Yeah,
And I'm just
that's
like, you're
right.
just
Yeah.
hitting a kid, you know? Like that just happened. I like Dirk's scene. Dirk's funny.
Yeah, that's a
The
classic one.
Dirk, you know, like
Dirk. Yeah, what's her name?
Dirk.
Dirk. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I
kind of
like that
shocked
scene.
at his look then. I forgot that he had like a kind of a buzz cut and an earring, I
Right. Well,
think.
he's
Yeah.
actually like Steve Nash is there, but like he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, Steve Nash and
Um,
Michael Finley. Um
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's um forget what I was gonna say. Um oh, going back to Joe. It's like when he first gets to the team and and first of all, I can't was his name Tracy, the main like
Yeah,
guy in
yeah.
the Knights,
Reynolds.
Tracy Reynolds. He's like, I'm not rooming with a kid. Like that's which
Yeah,
is also like good on him for saying that he's not gonna room with like an 11-year-old kid. That's very
yeah.
weird.
It actually didn't hit me now how weird that is.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, why is he being chastised for saying that he's not going to room with the
Well, and I thought it was
underage
kind of
kid?
ridiculous what he's like saying. He's like, I'm calling my agent. You know why? Because it ain't gonna happen. I think that's actually kind of, now that I look back on it, it's actually kind of like a realistic thing that
Yeah,
he's like saying that like I'm gonna call my agent because this is unfair. I'm rooming with a kid.
yeah,
That's actually like kind of legit. Yeah. I find it interesting the casting of the Knights because it's like you have to create this like fake team, right? And
yeah,
they're all like you have to get all these guys. None of them are actual NBA players, I'm pretty sure, but they all kind of look like NBA players. So you're just casting guys who look like NBA players, and like there's that first shot of them all like Eugene Levy's kind of greeting them all, and like Eugene Levy's like, "Hey, great half, great half," and they're walking out, and you're like, these. And as a kid, I remember being like, "Wow, these guys are professional basketball players." Like,
yeah,
oh my God, and like Morris Chestnut like has this image of like an NBA player, like the way
yeah,
he holds the image, and he kind of is like a little Ben Gordon, Kobe Bryant, like a little mix of the two on just like his overall like look and built and stuff. And I think he kind of pulls it off. Um, the cover of this movie is kind of funny because like Morris Chestnut's like head is clearly like pasted on his face, and his head is like so much bigger. Like they clearly photoshopped him uh into it. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I also thought it. I like when how they make Morris Chestnut has to do the halftime show, and like that's like a thing would never happen because well, I mean obviously like well I mean that's gonna be a point we probably beat over the head with this whole movie, but like to have your star player be in a halftime show during his
yeah.
time of rest and like reprieve from the game, or probably like you know and rather than like be with the team and like
Yeah,
figure
in the
out the
locker
game
room.
plan, he
Yeah.
has to stand out there and like play against a kid. It's just
And
like
it's the same with like Eugene Levy. Like, is he the general manager and the halftime MC and
right,
the
right.
owner or something? Like, what is his role with this team? He signs players, but then he also hosts the halftime show.
I
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back to the beginning though, John. Like I don't know, like I just really like the first scene where they're playing basketball. Like I don't know, I have a bunch of favorite scenes. This movie's like all over the place in terms of scenes, but I really like
Yeah.
the opening scene. It's just such a good intro, man. Like just
Yeah.
like the slow mo, like he has Bow Wow has this mischievous look, like they're about to like do something so spectacular, and they're just like shooting around in like the orphanage, man. They're the orphanage that is in like downtown Los Angeles, one of the
Hmm.
worst downtowns there is. And it's like a black dude with cornrows and an Asian girl and this nerdy looking white dude, but they're all just hooping, man. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
then there Bow Wow's like 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 schooling the white dude. He's like putting his hood on and like jumping over him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, just as a kid, this scene lit up my world, dude. It just did, man. The song, everything, it's probably one of the first every song in this movie is the first rap song I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know what rap was at the time at all.
There's
And
even
it's
the
just
DMX song, when they're
oh
driving
yeah.
in the car
Yeah,
listening to
that
DMX.
again, another one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
There's just so many random fun scenes like that because the movie's all over the place. That you could say like that scene could be cut from this movie, but they do it. They ride with it. All right. If we can, and the reason one of the reasons I also wanted to go back to the first scene is because then we have one of our great actors comes into the scene of Jesse Plemons, and
Yes.
he's like, "Hey, punk!" And he's the bully at this orphanage, man. And so, I mean, yeah, we got. I don't know, just the fact that Jesse Plemons is in this movie at all. It's like, it's awesome.
I know I had such a as a kid, I had such a negative opinion of Jesse Plemons
Yeah, yeah, because I was like, I hate
because
this guy
God,
so much.
why does he
Like,
just leave him
yeah.
alone? Yeah,
Right,
just
right. Well, and I would get so mad. I'm like, because I'd be like, Bow Wow gives Plemons, he gives, and also Jesse Plemons' name in this movie is Ox. His
yeah,
name is
ox,
Ox.
yeah.
It's insane. He's an ox. Um, Bow Wow gives him tickets, and he's so ungrateful, dude. He's so ungrateful. He continues to be mean to him. He gets him into the game. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, dude.
Yeah, and clearly Ox has some some jealousy issues um
Yeah.
that he's got to work on, but um
Well, and also there's like such a I also realized there's such a dark side to the this movie, like this orphanage thing that is not really played as dark, obviously, because it's a kids movie, but there's such like there's so many moments in the orphanage where I'm like, this is fucked up. Like
yeah.
these
It's
kids in
like
this orphanage and like they like how they're not getting chosen by the parents or like they got this nun coming around be like, Calvin, did you do your homework? It's like, dude, this is a bummer, this life, man. Like this,
yeah.
like I didn't think of it that much as a kid. I think I thought it was like, wow, it's so cool how he's an orphan and he's got all these friends around and they're playing basketball,
Yeah,
like
being an
whatever.
orphan
Like
doesn't seem so bad. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like Crispin Glover is kind of like a goofy villain. It's sort of when in reality he's pretty evil and just exploiting
Yeah. Well, and I
um
think also like he's in his own movie, Crispin Glover. Like,
yes, yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
which is also interesting. Like one of the scenes I love is when he goes to the bookie guy at the like bar or whatever, and and it's playing like this jazz music. And you're like, what is this? Suddenly a Soderbergh movie? Like, what the hell? And it's like actually like really well lit. And he's just like, my dentist. And he says his dentist's like full name. I forget what the name is. Like, he just says something like, my dentist, Frank Melton, said I could find you here. And he starts placing the bed and he tells him like about the thing he's got in the game. And I'm like, wow, that seems like an actual scene from a real movie, like all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah, so the nun comes by. They found Michael Jordan's like childhood shoes from North
Right.
Carolina, but
Yeah, yeah.
in downtown LA, they acquire these
Right.
Michael
And
Jordan
like kind
shoes.
of like shoes that would be in a probably in a shrine somewhere,
Yeah,
you know?
they'd
Yeah.
be in the Hall of
They would not
Fame
be
or
just in a
yeah.
box. And also there's this line, it's like the dumbest line ever. He's like, what basketball player did they belong to? He's like, the tall, bald one. And as a kid, to me, that made sense.
Yes.
But now it's like, dude, that's all of them.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about, Sister Teresa?
And Michael
Uh,
Jordan's like the most famous person on the planet at this point too. So it's um how do you not know him, you know?
right. She has to like think about it.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember in elementary school, teachers would always to like describe things as tall to us. They would be like, picture like Michael Jordan, someone really
right.
tall, like Michael Jordan. And I
Yeah.
remember like when I like really got into the NBA and I would like know how tall players are, I'd be like, Michael Jordan's not even that tall. Like he's only 6'6", and it's like Shaq's like 7'1", and I'd like get annoyed when they would always say that Michael
It's like
Jordan was
because he's
like the
built
tall
up to
guy.
be tall. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
He was a
tall.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, so like this movie also like when they first go to the game and they're selling candy. I remember even just that scene. They're not even at the game. But I just remember like them being around Staples Center for me as a kid was like, okay, being at a basketball game is everything, and like it was like this is the biggest deal is just being at a game. And like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's so cool. The Staples Center looks so cool. I mean, I know we're just swapping brands for brands, but it does not look like that anymore as the crypto arena. So like the Staples Center's just looks cool and
There is like a mystique that's gone now that it's not the
yeah,
same. Yeah. Um, I guess kind of along the mystique lines, like apparently Michael Jordan. gave his blessing for the movie, but the filmmakers, even though I feel like Michael probably turned it down too, the filmmakers wanted to keep like this mythical feeling about Michael Jordan alive, and if by having him in the movie, that would have like taken away from like the powers that these shoes give him. But it is
Yeah,
just
yes,
interesting. Like there's this movie has so much to do with Michael Jordan, and there's not even like he's not in it at all. They don't even like really show him or anything about him. Um,
right. I
yeah,
was thinking like what if like last night I'm like, why didn't they write a scene where at the end Michael Jordan comes up to him and just has one conversation with Calvin and how
he's like, "Give me my
corny
shoes
that would
back,
end up being
punk."
or some yeah, or
Yeah,
something like that. I don't even know.
yeah.
Um I don't know. I guess next scene is like the halftime when he's playing one on one with an adult basketball player and Morris Chestnut suddenly has like well also before that I like the energy of all the games like the NBA games there's always like music playing
Mhm.
you know like the first time you see a game going on it's like because that's the type of music they used to play at the games and they're like watching it's so intense and they're like oh my god Joe is Joe is open. Tracy's got to pass the ball, and then he doesn't pass the ball, and he like misses a shot, and you're just like, oh my god, basketball is so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, what a rush. But the halftime show is like Tracy's got this like weird, I don't know, they like invent this weird ego like now you know if this actually happened, say like LeBron had to play a kid during the halftime, you'd see LeBron going so easy on the kid. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen videos. You ever see the videos of Kobe playing Asian guys, which is actually kind of a funny thing. You ever seen those?
I might add. It
He's
sounds
like
familiar, like I would
he's
have
like
seen
in
it, but I don't.
China and he's
I can't
playing
think
like
of it. Yeah.
one on one with all these like Chinese guys.
And
And
is
like
he
the
just like cooking them pretty much, or is he going
um
easy?
he I mean he's definitely going easy. He's going like, you know, probably 20%. But
Hmm.
yes, he's cooking them. Like, you know, like he's not going all the way at all. And the crowd's going crazy. Everyone's got their phones
Yeah.
and the guy and Kobe's letting the guy do his thing. He's not like, you know, and he's clearly not but like Kobe's like posting the guy up and like doing his going into his bag of tricks and stuff. But I don't know if you saw a kid playing like LeBron or someone or whoever, like you'd see LeBron like letting the guy like do whatever he wants, and then maybe occasionally dunking just to make you know it'd be for fun. But the Tracy's got this like you know he's like after he scores like twice. He's like, I've had it, you know. Like the character's like, nope, you're not scoring again. Like that's not happening. You're
Yeah.
gonna ruin my reputation, which is just kind of odd.
Yeah.
Um,
I
uh,
do like the kind of like the shock silence that happens after he dunks it. And like everybody just like freezes out of like what the hell just happened? Like
right,
this kid dunked it. I
right,
do kind of
and
like that moment.
the special effects whenever he comes like he dunks, he's kind of like he's they always have Bow Wow like floating. He's like flying through the air. Like
Yeah.
it does not look like he jumped at all.
No, yeah.
Like he'll just kind of come off camera and be like flying
Yeah.
toward, you know what I mean?
That's where, like you said, it's like a superhero movie that it's the shoes don't make him play like Michael Jordan. They make him play like a god. Um,
Right. And I was analyzing his game too. I almost feel like he plays more like Allen Iverson than Michael Jordan.
Interesting. Yeah. He does
Yeah.
say, isn't that his favorite player? Or at least he has the Allen Iverson
Well, he's got
jersey
that
on.
line where he's like Allen Iverson went back from no challenge. Michael Jordan went back down from no challenge. I think he also says Kobe, and he's like neither should Calvin Cambridge. Like he references like Kobe, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan a bunch in this movie. Um,
Um, yeah. Yeah, that's a good observation. He is more of like an Iverson than a
yeah,
Jordan.
that's a big flaw. I mean, like really, like Michael Jordan would be doing a lot of like mid-range fadeaways and be a little more methodical when I think the Bow Wow is being a little too flashy
Yeah.
to be really Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Next is the scene, which is kind of like why we decided to do this episode because it's the scene where they like immediately like sign Bow Wow to the team,
Yeah.
uh, and because of the halftime show, and he's like offering what's his name, Crispin Glover, like $5,000 for a 1 day contract. Um, and Crispin Glover becomes addicted to the money, basically.
Hmm.
Um,
Then he's like, yeah, he's trying to make it seem like they're trying to exploit the kid who he's the guardian of when he is like also negotiating how to get more money out of him.
yeah,
So
there's
just
like
full
this
on
scene
child
later where the
exploitation.
coach, I guess, sends all those parents, and like Crispin Glover has this line where he's like, "Child custody law
Mhm.
is very complex."
God, yeah, he's just the worst.
Oh, but so like, yeah, like the first
Okay,
game, yeah, we talked about a little bit where he meets Jode, and Jode's like, "Hey,
Jode.
I'm Jode. Take a locker next to me." But what I like is the first conversation with the coach, who's played by Robert Forster, the
Yeah,
legendary
the late
actor.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and he's like, he's got to be like, I don't know. All this happens so fast if we're gonna like analyze the plot too much, right?
yeah,
Like he like he plays really well. He gets signed to the team, and like suddenly the kid has this emotional attachment to being on the team, like, and he's suddenly let down. Like this beat comes so quickly where he's like, what? I'm not here to play. I'm just here so you guys can make money. And he like the kid is supposed to understand like, and he's like, and he goes up and asks the coach like genuinely like whether he's there to play or make money. And like Forster in his like very American actor way, he's just like, you're not here to play. You're just here to sell tickets. But he's like, I'm honored. He's like,
I'm honored to have you here, though, kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he talks to him like such an adult too.
So
Like,
genuinely, right?
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I'm honored to have you on my team.
It's yeah, the whole plan is for him to not even play at all.
Yeah.
Which then
It's
I
like,
don't understand what the point of signing him is. Like that's going to bring in tickets
right,
so people can see him sitting on the bench. I don't.
right. I
Yeah,
don't know. I guess like the Knights are supposed to be like, I don't know, like maybe the Clippers before like Steve
yeah,
Ballmer bought them or something like that. Like they're like they're just like struggling. Not everybody's a fan of them, and like they need to. They're just struggling. Yeah.
yeah. I think at the when
Um,
they make the playoffs in the end, it's like this is the first time in franchise history that
right,
they
right,
make.
right, right, right,
So
right.
yeah,
And
they've always
like
been bad.
right. And then when he comes to the orphanage, he's like Morris Chestnut has that line was like, well, things are going good with the team now. So and I'm like, you're like, what does that mean, man? Like, but anyways, like yeah, so like then the game begins. Oh, and also like I feel like it's one of those things like say if like a kid was playing in the NBA, if like this is actually like allowed to happen, right? It'd be like a thing now that'd be like viral. Like it'd be like a viral thing, like his halftime thing, or like just that the fact that the kid's playing and I don't know, people would, I guess, tune in. But it's just like, again, it happens so fast. It's just like this assumed thing. Yeah, people are tuning in because of Calvin all of a sudden,
Yeah,
He's famous like very quickly. And there's also that like there's like an NBC. Um,
Hannah Storm,
yeah, yeah,
NBA and
Hannah
NBC.
Storm is
Yeah,
like and like they're talking about how they signed him, I guess. Uh,
yeah. Most of the after the first game, most of the basketball playing that you see is like all in a montage while they're playing. Well, they're playing
Yeah,
skate.
yeah, yeah.
Like that song plays, and then it's like a montage of him, dunking on uh Jason Kidd and stuff, and so like that. Yeah, I feel like in the middle of the movie, it's like, all right, let's go through a montage of him
Yeah, yeah.
being an NBA
Right.
superstar, and then we
Yeah.
cut to him trying to get parents or him bonding
Yeah.
with Tracy. Yeah,
Yeah. It kind of does come all at once, like all his games, and all of a sudden he's like he wins the slam dunk contest and stuff like
yeah,
that. But then like he cuts back and he's in the orphanage, like sleeping with like eight other kids, and they're like, "All right, why is this allowed to happen? You know, like what the
yeah,
fuck? This is
yeah.
messed up."
Plus,
Um,
that's another thing too, is like, so if the power is just in the shoes, can he not let like Murph, get some, like, why
right,
not let one of the other kids just, can Murph get one dunk in at least? He's your best
right,
friend.
right,
You can't let him
right,
put
right.
the
Why
shoes
is
on.
Calvin like everyone's so like letting Cal everyone's very unselfish at the orphanage of like
Yeah. All
yeah,
right, all
it
right,
kind of makes
Calvin
sense when
got
Jesse
dibs.
Plemons is like mad about
Yeah.
the sneakers, and also he's not getting adopted. He's like he's really like I kind of understood that. I didn't understand it as a kid. I just thought he was a dick. But this time around, I was like, it really makes sense why he's mad because he's at an orphanage and not getting adopted, and he's like a teenager, and he's on top of that like a pale like redheaded like white kid.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like dissing Jesse Plemons, but like you
He
know.
doesn't have like charisma of Lil Bow Wow, and
No, he doesn't have the charisma. He kind of like looks upset all the time. He like looks depressed. Yeah.
kind of scary too. Like, hey,
Yeah, kind of
do you want this
scary.
kid
Yeah.
coming to your house? Yeah.
This kid, the kid who's probably gonna like grow up to be a murderer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then, yeah, I didn't realize it until watching now that it's like, how come he gets to be like the sole owner of these shoes? I guess maybe
Right.
because he picked him out of
They
the,
they fit, I
they
guess.
fit, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like, can Brenda Song not get a,
Right.
some, could she not just try the shoes for like one
Right.
day,
Yeah, yeah. Give them the magic.
Yeah. So like, if like I was friends with Calvin, I would just like, please, can I just like an hour, can I just like dunk
Yeah.
in the shoes? That's all I want
Right.
to do. Yeah.
Right.
But maybe you get addicted to it. You get addicted to the
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah, yeah.
I just need, well, just one more dunk. Bow wow, just one more dunk. Yeah.
Right, like there's a come down from using the shoes, and you're
Yeah.
stuck back in yourself. That's like more of the like
Like
the
the
deep
ring.
like a deep psychological exploration of yeah, it's like the ring. It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what, oh man,
the Peter Jackson direction of it.
let's remake Like Mike
See, this
where
is
the
why
shoes are
we're
like the
doing this,
ring.
John. Is like we have great ideas and deep thoughts like this.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Get us into
I
Like
want
Mike
to
3 writers
but
room.
I want to go back to the first game kind of because I feel
Mhm.
like there's just like that scene where like he's like they huddle up and like Robert Forster is just like, "Hey guys, we're like struggling right now." And he's like, "Is there any?" He asked the team like this question, which is a wild question for a coach. He's like, "Is there any play that will work for us tonight?" Like there hasn't been anything they've been able to do essentially. And then like Bow Wow just like pitches a play all of a sudden.
Yeah. He's like,
And
okay, then Tracy's gonna cut this way. Joe's gonna
yeah.
set him up with
Tracy's gonna feed the ball to Joe. Joe's
yeah.
gonna, and when Joe passes back to Tracy, Tracy's gonna take the shot, or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's like, so not only do the shoes give him the power to play basketball, but the power to coach,
Well, I think it's just implied like he
scheme.
just has a basketball IQ, high basketball IQ, but
Yeah.
he's just a short kid who lives in an orphanage. So how could he ever, you
Yeah.
know?
True.
Um, but then he's like, Robert Forster's like, all right, uh, you take the shot, Calvin. And then
Yeah.
like he goes in and he doesn't have the shoes, so he's like he can't do it. And then they wait for him to use the bathroom to take the shoes, which is like an attempt at a bid. Which this movie does have a lot of attempts at bits. Like it really tries to be funny often, and I'm not saying it like fails. I think it does have a lot of funny shit, but there are times where it's just kind of like weird that like they tried to do this bit there, I guess. I don't know. It's like just random. Like it's kind of random. Like if the movie really tries to be fun, I guess. And I think Bow Wow, I don't know what you think. I think Bow Wow is actually pretty good in the movie and has
Yeah.
moments where he's like kind of trying to put on a show, and um I overall like him in this movie, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's good. He's genuinely like charismatic as like a
Yeah,
kid,
yeah,
kid
yeah.
actor. Like I thought he was so
Yeah.
cool growing up.
Yeah.
And I for
Um
some reason I appealed to him more than Lil Romeo, who I feel like those were like the two young
oh
kid.
yeah.
For some
Right.
reason, I always compare the two because they just had Lil in their like
I forgot
nicknames.
about
But
Lil Romeo till
yeah,
now. But well, so they're playing they're playing basketball montage. I want to go to that real quick because like
yeah,
that song as a kid, I really liked that song.
oh
And
yeah,
so I thought about like even doing that because I thought about doing this for the episode. Um there's like an embarrassing there's like a few things I'm very embarrassed by, like my most embarrassing things as a kid. And I'll tell you about all of them for fuck's sake. For why not? Just for fun. And like we'll cut out the other ones, just because they're irrelevant. But
uh,
the one that goes with this episode is like, I there's like a family video of me as a kid, and I'm shooting hoops in the front yard, and I'm just singing that song
oh
like
yeah.
totally no filter, no embarrassment. I'm singing it in the high pitch. I'm like, they're playing basketball. And I'm like trying to look cool, and I'm like dribbling, and I look really stupid. I'm just like, they love the basketball. Oh my God, dude.
I
It's
feel like
like,
that's not too embarrassing. That's like I feel like someone sees a kid doing that, and that's like sweet, kind of like
right, right.
yeah. Like people are happy to see that you haven't gotten to the point in your life where you'd be embarrassed to do that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my best
Don't,
moments then is what
yeah,
you're
don't be
saying.
so hard on yourself, Luke. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, like the song hit me as a kid.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like when the cheerleaders pop in and they're just like they're playing basketball. I was like, whoa.
I feel like that had has the most out of this whole entire movie, that song has like the biggest lasting impact. Like I just feel like everyone knows that song and it's from this
Yeah, yeah.
movie. Yeah.
It's like basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they
They
dribble up and
dribble up
down
and
the
down the
court.
court.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Yeah. That's really all the lyrics I know. After that, I don't know. I can't think of what else comes after dribbling up and down the court.
Yeah, so there's that song. Oh, there's the part during the montage where I like the part where like Eugene Levy's like telling him about the press, and he's like these guys, they're like those antler things. And he's like those deer things. And and he's
I
like,
don't
and
remember
then they
this.
he's like explaining, he's using like the metaphor of like a lion chasing like a about the press.
Oh.
And he's like, you know those deer things. And he's like, and then they pounce. And then like Bow Wow just kind of looks like, I don't know, he kind of reacts to it well. Um, yeah, that's probably it
Yeah.
from that section of the movie. Well, there's the part where they like are gonna room together, like we talked about, and they go to their hotel room, and they open the do you remember this part? Like they open it, and then like Bow Wow just starts like, I don't know, they like speed up the frame rate a ton,
Yeah.
and like Bow Wow's just like going all over the room, like running around, like jumping on the beds, and like Morris Chestnut's just like looking at him as he does it, and it's just like the song's just like
Yeah.
I watched that this time. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah. 90s thing, I think, to have like yeah, that song playing while He's just running around the hotel
I
room.
kind of like that though. I
Yeah.
get a kick. I get a real kick out of it. Uh,
Yeah, it's yeah, and then Morris Chestnut's got to go see his girlfriend.
chase some tail, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's funny, like if it's like nowadays and all the and then Calvin's just hanging out with all his teammates who are like hanging out with all
grown
these
men.
Instagram baddies. Like they're all
Right,
like
right.
DMing girls.
It's like if Anthony Edwards was like, "Hey, I need you to get lost."
Yeah, Calvin, you got to go sleep in the hallway. Yeah.
But yeah, well, like, he's about to like kick a kid out. He's like, "I need you to get lost," as if it's like college and it's like your roommate or something. You have
Yeah.
other places to go. It's like, what are you what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
But the whole thing in general of yeah, grown man rooming with 11-year-old kid who's not
Well,
his is just like that
they
would be
don't
a
say like you're
scandal.
his chaperone or anything like that. It's just like you guys are roommates. It's like the kid is like on the level of an adult.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. But it's almost like it should be he should have to stay with like another like with his guardian.
yeah, it's like
But yeah.
yeah, no, like for real, like that's what like a child actor would do if they're like filming a movie. You have to be with your
Yeah.
guardian. So like this movie, like just like they're too laid back about him being a kid, I guess.
Yeah. All right, what else? What guess what happens after then?
Well, I think he like hangs out with Tracy Reynolds at his house, which is like this Malibu mansion or something. And yeah, he's a crazy house, and he's like, I have a geometry test tomorrow, and I hate geometry. And then like they do the this is a scene that I like that I think could be cut. Um, the geometry scene.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like
like
it's like their big bonding moment or
yeah,
like big like father son
it's fun. It's for sure fun. Like when I was
moment.
watching it, I was
Yeah.
like, I kind of enjoy this, but also like this does not need to be in this movie at all. Like for like where they're just going through the triangles and like that. But I like it when they play with the paint. I think it's fun. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, you know, they're just running through like in front of the ocean, the sun's setting, and they're like jumping into the pool. They're all having like a great time together. Um, I also we didn't cover the rap, the DMX scene,
Oh
the
yeah. Y'all
y'all
gonna
don't
make
make me lose my mind. That scene's so fun, dude. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that scene's a ton of fun. And Tracy takes the wrong sleeping pills and he falls asleep in the middle of the road, which
Oh
is like,
yeah.
what is this guy? This guy is a mess for doing something like that. Um,
Yeah, and then Calvin has to drive to drive him
yeah, yeah,
home.
yeah. But I don't know. I guess that we didn't have that much to say about that part, anyways. But I don't know. What I find weird about the paint, interesting about the paint scene, is it's like supposed to imply like they're kind of trying to like do this shift, like where like Morris Chestnut's supposed to become his father, and like at the beginning, like Morris Chestnut's like a total asshole to the kid,
Yeah.
and like the whole time, and you're just like, how do they see like that this guy who's like just like a womanizer, selfish basketball player who, you know, is supposed to be his dad. Like, what? And then it's supposed to be like, okay, they're having fun together now. You know, I don't know. It always shows them having fun together. And I'm kind of just like, I don't know. To me, I don't know. I've never viewed that as like what parenting is supposed to be of like, you're just like throwing paint on each other, jumping into a pool like it's sweet for sure, but like it never makes you think, oh, that should be your dad or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then at the end, it just shows that what their life is, and they're still doing like the same thing. Like they're just like wrestling and like shooting like Nerf guns at each other the whole time,
Yeah.
and that's like what their lives are supposed to be.
Yeah. Now they can yeah, they can both live together and just like yeah, play kids games with each other and Tracy's not like living his normal life still. And he adopts both Calvin and Murph too.
Right. He adopts Murph. He doesn't know Murph. It's kind of an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Uh, like, yeah, he like picks both of them up. We're going home, Murph.
And then Jesse Plemons is still there,
Yeah, yeah.
just a lifer. Does
He's a
Brenda Song
lifer.
get adopted in the
Yeah,
end?
they like show it at the end, like in her photo.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. Yeah. Like there, it's almost you could say like Tracy's like using these kids to like move on, like to not move forward with himself. You know,
Yeah.
that's why he's down to like throw pain and jump into the pool and like he like jumps into the pool. He's like cowabunga.
Well, yeah, the before that, I guess we did go over the scene where Calvin connects with Tracy's dad and
Yeah. He like
brings
brings
him to
his
the
dad
house.
over.
Does anything
Get
happen with that really?
he like ends up calling him. He ends and he like it
Yeah.
shows them like at a bar,
Oh, okay, yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
But that's it. So like he reconnects with his dad. Uh, what else? What else? I guess the next thing is like uh where Biddleman's like bet thing, and now he becomes obsessed with the bet, and they've got to beat the Raptors to make the playoffs, and it ends up turning into like an action movie where they need to like get the sneakers back from Crispin Glover, who is in his own movie in like an insane movie. It's like he's in Cable Guy all of a sudden. He's like Jim
Yeah.
Carrey in Cable
Yeah.
Guy, and like and all the orphans are driving scooters around as the bookies chase after the kids in that scene, and it's like high speed chase. And then they get to the he gets to the stadium, and Crispin Glover is somehow just allowed to ominously, like a madman, like stand in the middle of the hallway, like waiting for him to stop him from getting in. And he just looks like a maniac because he's just so into the money. He's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. Um, and then Bow Wow just like shoots his like his scooter at him and kills him
Yeah.
basically.
He murders him, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then there's the game versus Vince Carter, basically. And it's pretty much the end of the movie. He gets like adopted by the Bel Air couple too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The guy from Die Hard and Family Matters.
Yeah. That's where
Yeah.
he's from. Yeah, he's from Die Hard, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Urkel's uncle, I think, in Family Matters. Um yeah, and it's like it's a callback to when they're watching Fresh Prince
Yeah.
earlier in the movie where he like Calvin wants he thinks he
He's
wants
like,
that.
man, I want a family like that.
Yeah. And then, yeah. And then yeah, I think yeah, I feel like the whole point was that that guy looks a lot like Uncle Phil in
Sure, yeah. I
Bel
almost
Air, yeah.
was like thinking, is that Uncle Phil? Like, no, it's not.
I
Just wouldn't
at first I thought that might be it, but then I was like, oh wait, yeah, it's the guy
would they
from
go that
uh,
direct with the
yeah.
metal? Um, uh, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's it, I think. The Knights make the playoffs. Tracy adopts him
Yeah.
randomly.
Is there any like closure with the with Calvin and like the team, or is he still
Like, oh yeah. There's the scene
playing
with
for the
Robert
team?
Forster where like, and he kind of says he's like, guys, and it's mainly because of the shoes, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of
Yeah.
the shoes, but he's like, guys, this is gonna be my last game. and whether we win or lose. And then at the end, like after they celebrate making the playoffs like they won the NBA Finals
Hmm.
to a degree. And then he talks to Robert Forster, and Robert Forster kind of goes like, kind of like to put it full circle with the coach character. He's like, there always will be a place on my team for you.
It's again, it's an honor to have you on the team, Calvin.
Yeah. What if there was like an after credits? You know how like a bit true story movies, like say like Remember the Titans, or movies based on true stories will say like what the characters are up to next. It'd be cool if
Oh
like they
yeah.
did that with this movie. Like I don't know, like Calvin went into, I don't know, game design or something. He studied game design at
Yeah.
USC, or like Murph went into studied IT at UC Irvine or something
Yeah.
like that. Tracy still Tracy almost married. He got cold feet when marrying that one girl. He
Oh
just
yeah.
couldn't get tied down or something.
Yeah. What are these people up to? Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Like Mike 2 isn't
Oh
I've
yeah,
never
yeah, yeah.
I've never seen it, but it's not like I don't think it follows Calvin.
You've never seen it?
No, have you?
Yes, a bunch of times.
Oh wow.
It was. I'm surprised you haven't, because you were over at the house a lot as a kid, and that movie was on often. I think that may be a movie I got into with Rick. I forget, but
Maybe, yeah.
we rented it, and yeah, it's I mean, it's borderline unwatchable, man. But it's basically street ball like Mike, and kind of, I think,
Oh.
supposed to be in the hood or whatever you call it, and whatever you call it.
The hood or
Like
whatever.
lower income communities. But yeah, it's wild. Wild. It's
God.
wild. It's borderline unwatchable. Um,
It's got Kel
but yeah,
Mitchell in it.
there is a like Mike too. There's a scene I always go back to where there's this guy, and like there's a guy in the movie who's kind of like this manipulative uncle or something, and he kind of goes like, "Hey, where are my Cheetos? Where are my Cheetos? It's the playoffs." So he can like watch the NBA playoffs. It's a scene I liked a lot as a kid. Uh, but yeah, dude, you're not missing out on like Mike too, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll probably skip that.
No, there aren't really like it's not like this where there's like real. Well, they kind of have guys who are like, oh man, these are the guys of the street ball world, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the poster on Letterboxd now, and in the background, uh, it's like a chubby white kid with dreads. Or not dreads, cornrows.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I remember
does that
that.
happen in the movie?
Yeah, yeah. I remember he has like a silly scene where he tries to like
Get
play, and
cornrows.
he does this silly move.
Yeah, that looks so
Oh man.
weird. I'd
But that was
imagine
the main thing.
if he doesn't get randomly selected for the halftime show too, then the movie never happens.
Well, it's like,
Does he ever get to the NBA if he doesn't get
well,
randomly picked in
I
the
don't know.
audience?
That's a good question. Like, how does he discover the shoes? You know what I mean? Like, is
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
gonna dunk over Jesse Plemons at the
yeah.
orphanage? You
That's
know what
where
I
his
mean?
career stays. Yeah, he's just still at the
Right,
orphanage, just
right. Like
yeah, dunking on
he's just like
Clemens.
flying around at the orphanage.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe
I
then
don't
Crispin
know.
Glover would like see that he's like amazing at basketball and then try to like exploit him in some way after that.
Right,
But yeah.
like Crispin Glover would end up being his agent or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Crispin Glover's super entertaining in this movie, so I wouldn't mind more Crispin Glover. Like I found every scene like enjoyable. Um, I think it's interesting. Like he almost is like, I mean, he is known as like a crazy method actor, but I kind of find it funny that like he seems to be really trying hard to create a weird, neurotic, like evil character in this movie.
Yeah. He's
And
very off-putting. Um,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
like when he's like asking Jesse Plemons about the shoes, he'll be like, "Is it because of the sneakers?" And also, he calls Jesse Plemons an idiot twice. He like calls a kid.
It's like, how did he get in this job?
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, "Is it because of the sneakers?" And he's like, "All right, thanks, man. Cool, 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 cool."
Just like not has no social skills whatsoever, like especially dealing with kids.
Right, right. Well, I just think like there's so much about this movie that isn't a real movie. And then
Yeah.
there's certain things that show up. There's certain moments that show up, like Crispin Glover or Robert Forster, like I'm proud to have you're saying happy to have you on my team. Like where you're
Yeah.
like
Really proud to
suddenly
have.
suddenly like real Hollywood good actors are there, and you're
Yeah.
like, what, like like this is actually good, and you're like, what's going on, like I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
There's no magic or anything else outside of the Michael Jordan shoes. I feel like there would be other things in this world that would maybe like someone gets Derek Jeter's bat or something, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden
yeah.
they're like an
Like we were
amazing
saying,
baseball
like we
player.
find George Carlin's notes or
Yeah.
whatever.
You find the mic that George Carlin used at his first open mic, and then you're the funniest guy.
Yeah,
We
like
should do
these
we should do
premises
like
could go all
Mike,
day.
but with a stand-up comedian, where you're
Right,
just
right,
like
right.
the funniest guy in the world after finding, yeah, George Carlin's notebook from
I gotta have the where's the notebook or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
This is Seinfeld's notebook from the Comedy Cellar in 1981. Like,
Right, right, right.
yeah.
It's got the socks in the laundry bit, socks in the dryer,
Yeah.
the one sock that gets out. Paul McCartney's called Paul McCartney's guitar pick or something like that. It's just like we only make things like that. We
Yeah,
only make
this
things like that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, just make a bunch of movies with these different ideas. Um,
David
yeah.
Lynch's paintbrush.
Hunter S. Thompson's typewriter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We enjoy the dissecting the premise more than even the movie.
Yeah. I did feel like it held up as like a kids sports
Yeah,
movie. Like,
I enjoy it. I enjoy it
yeah.
every time. I mean, I was watching it by myself and I had a good time.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Obviously there's like the rooming with the child things and whatever, but I didn't feel like it was like outdated or like overly problematic by like today's standards.
John's whole take on, hey, I'm Jode.
I'm joking. Come by my locker, man. Yeah. It's like the creepiest guy looking guy on the team, and he's like really wants him
It's
to like hang out by his locker with him.
like say like a kid who this might take it a dark route, but say like a kid who becomes good at suddenly acting or something, and is like, "Hi, I'm Woody Allen. Come,
Yeah, yeah.
why don't you come by my chair over here?" It's also kind of weird when the girl is like obsessed with Bow Wow.
Yes, that is weird.
That's weird.
When it's not just like, oh, what a cutie, what a cute little kid
It's
here.
not really as much.
She's
No,
like
it's not.
romantically like
Yeah,
interested in
no,
him.
it's like borderline like that. Yeah, it's like, what
Yeah,
is this?
yeah.
The fuck is this?
And they're like cuddling up uh and she just met this little kid, doesn't really know him, and yeah,
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be funny.
yeah,
Definitely supposed to be funny, but like even as a kid, I never understood it. Like as a kid, what's funny is you just accept like whatever's on screen.
yeah,
You're like movies mean so much to you as a kid that like you're like this is life. This is how life is. You're a kid and
yeah.
just beautiful women just start cuddling with you in front of a fountain. Like, you know what I mean? It's a way to end, a great way to end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful women just come up to you.
Beautiful women.